Hi and hello, my fellow little ghosts. It is October, and that means it's time for Halloween themed Webkinz as humans. Now, if you didn't watch the last episode, you didn't see that I drew the pumpkin puppy as a human, basically slowly easing you guys into the idea of autumnal themed Webkinz as people. But here we are, my master scheme has worked, and we're gonna draw Lizzie's Halloween friends because they all live in the same apartment together, they're all best friends, and if you're gonna say anything opposing that, you're wrong, because I make the rules about these silly little characters and you don't get a say in it. So the first character we're starting with is Cider, the candy corn mouse. Now, fun fact about Cider is last Halloween, if you watched my Halloween Witches and Webkinz video, I customized a regular Webkinz mouse to look like Cider because the candy corn mouse is a plush, virtual only pet, and there's no plush version of it, so I was super excited to do that. I want to do more plush customizations, but I haven't gotten to it. But in game I have Cider dressed up in a candy corn outfit, which is so cute, so I took a lot of inspiration from that witch outfit and brought it into Cider's design, which I love. A very obvious physical trait of Cider that I gave her, which I will give her sister, the normal mouse Webkin. She has albinism, which basically means your skin and your hair, your entire body, it just doesn't have, it lacks the ability to produce melanin, which means your skin isn't like pigmented at all. If something I really struggled with drawing albinism is when I was doing her eyes, her eyelashes are white because people with albinism, unless they wear like mascara or something, their eyelashes are going to be white, and I had a hard time having it so you could see those eyelashes, so I end up taking the orange in her skirt and having her wear that like as eyeshadow, and that helped really add contrast between her skin and the lashes in the background, and it turned out really cool. I think it was such a cool detail that really tied the look together, because otherwise I felt like she just kind of looked like a pale girl wearing like a white wig, which is not what I wanted. And I learned this life-altering trick where you can just overlay your liner and it will color it for you, basically, because I've been coloring all of my liner just by hand, and in this video alone it saved me like 4 hours of just drawing and coloring line art. Literally insane. Every day I learn something new. I end up giving her a little bit of magic and adding little like dripping details to her skirt because I felt like that was just too much negative space, and I really like how it turned out. Let's take a look. So our next character is another witch. Unintentionally, I did kind of do a lot of witches in this episode. I will address the fact that I did name her Edith after the video game What Remains of Edith Finch because, I don't know, I liked how the visuals in that game. No other reason. I've never played it. Now, you might have noticed I didn't really draw out the sketch that I used in the very beginning. That's because I dragged and dropped it in from another project, but I don't know why I did that because I ended up just drawing her standing anyways. She wasn't even like using the broom at the end of the project. So TLDR, I end up changing the pose a lot from sketch to line art. Yeah, it's a little frustrating when that happens. I recommend when you are doing your sketch, make sure your anatomy and everything is right, because it'll make your inking and your line art process better, because a good foundation means a good final piece. That is my wisdom to you. It would have been better. And you can see me. I'm pointing this out so you guys can feel seen. I was struggling with the hand so much I had to bring in several different reference images of a hand to finish drawing the hand. And it was just a lot to deal with emotionally. This entire drawing was a good exercise in trusting the process for me, because there's a lot of places where it's like, I don't trust the process. And it was also a good exercise of, oh yeah, I forgot, I need to actually think while I draw. It's not just like something that I can do mindlessly if I want it to turn out good. Which is something after a long break from drawing, which I took after art fight, that I don't always remember after a long break. So there are a lot of really tiny mistakes in this drawing that did build up into a bigger issue, but you know, it turned out pretty good in the end. I gave her this Alice Cullen haircut, which I loved. I think it was a good way to incorporate the wig and the hat from the in-game avatar, but in like a cute Y2K girly way. I'm misusing Gen Z slang again. I'm so sorry. I gave her this little gradient on the skirt to give it more visual interest, and then I love shading. And my one piece of advice to artists is don't be afraid of hard shadows. Basically, you can see me blending out some of my shadows, but on the face, especially like under the nose where there is a cast shadow, don't blend that out. Leave that as a nice hard line, and it will it helps improve your shading and your dimension. And I love hard shadows. I love hard and confident and strong lines. It's something that I love to do. I'm not perfect at it, but I love the way those look when you can do them. I give her little charms on her broom. It's like a little cat and then some little beads, which I think is super cute. It brought more purple into the piece. This purple was a weird shade of purple that I don't quite understand, because when I lightened it, it would look like a lavender, but when I darkened it, it just looked like a different shade of purple. You can see me now moving my feet slightly over. I merged all my layers and then just like moved them over to make it look right. So let's take a look at the final piece. So our final character is Dennis the Bat. I love Dennis. He's wearing this really cute little bat hat that is an in-game like Halloween item, and I absolutely love it. I had to draw him in it. It's like Bat Inception. And I gave him a McDonald's like bucket for candy, which I think is so cute. He's dressed up as Bat, ready to go trick or treat. He's just such a sweetheart, and I will protect him with my life. If I were to make like a story about these Halloween characters, the story would be that like Cider and Edith, they're like best friends. And so they're doing like a little witch costume, but they're too old to trick or treat, so they're taking Dennis and his friend Lizzie out to go trick or treat together. And they're just gonna have such a nice, good trick or treating time, and then they're gonna go home and they're gonna go watch like Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's just super. It would be such a fun time. I really like the Frankenstein basket. I actually ended up going down a rabbit hole of Googling different McDonald's Happy Meal buckets, and they like, I think usually the green one is like a witch, which would have fit our like witch theme that we're doing, but I really like the idea of it being Frankenstein. I think that translates better to bucket form than the witch version does. But you know what? to each their own. If you like the witch one, more power to you. With the candy, I had like kind of a hard time making sure it fit the color palette of the drawing, but then I remembered I'm drawing Webkinz as humans. It's not that important. Also, I'd like to formally apologize because yes, I have been avoiding drawing male characters on this series. Yeah, it took 4 episodes. Sorry, I'm just really bad at drawing anything that isn't a woman. But you will see that in this black and white-ish colored part of the speed paint that I put my iPad display on grayscale, and that really helps me add contrast with shadows, so yeah. And that's a wrap on our Halloween edition of drawing Webkinz as humans. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and if you want a specific Webkinz drawn as a human, comment below, or if there's a specific theme of what types of Webkinz I should do, also comment that below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you'd like any prints of these characters, you can buy them on my imprint, which is going to be linked below, which is a great way to support me and also get yourself some art. Or if you want to join my Patreon, that will be linked below. And yeah, I hope you have an awesome day, night, evening, morning, whatever time you're in, and have an awesome spooky season. It's October 1st. I'm so excited for Halloween. But anyways, I hope you have an awesome time, and peace out.